Alright, we are back, guys. This is the VG Pierce Downbay coming at you with some Season 4 action for the Cabal Vision Champions Cup playoffs, and we're still going to be covering the first round. And as you can see, in the last bit, we did see the High Elf team steal one away from the Nurgle team after a very exciting end of the second half. Pretty much nothing really special going on throughout the whole Blood Bowl game. Neither team doing anything extravagant. But in the end, it was just simplicity at simplicity's best, taking on the W. I mean, you just learn something new in Blood Bowl every single day, because how many of you would have just seen that? I mean, we definitely would have seen the Wizard, right? And we definitely would have seen that Blitz coming around the top, but to post your guy up at the corner and then just stand your guys up and just say, hold the line, every one of them just falling down left and right, and then finally the ball does get coughed up, and at the end there was just robbed basically. And honestly, there was so many injuries there at the end that the Nurgle team had even if the High Elf team would have gotten there at the end, they would have had a really good shot at stopping the High Elf team from doing anything with it on the offensive side of the overtime period. But that's going to be another day and another talk session. But for right now, let's go ahead and talk a little bit of the Chaos Dwarf team and taking on the Dark Elf team. I did say that I liked the Chaos Dwarf team against this Dark Elf team. So we're going to see which one it's going to be here today, as I am going to go and start up the replay. And here we go. It's starting up. No spoilers here. It's going to be masking. There we're going to uncover it. And we are on the way, guys. Yes. So, Chaos Dwarf team looking pretty good. We're going to check out the skills in just a moment. But it's not every day that I go against a Dark Elf team. But when you see what I'm about to show you now, then you're going to be like, aha! Aha! Magic Dome for today's match. And it is going to be the Chaos Dwarf team, coached by Gnokk, taking Hashut, Hushat 1.0. Chaos Dwarf team, Dark Elf team, coached by Beren, Osculefos, and the Dark Elf team looking pretty good. I'm almost regretting my choice right now, but I have to say that I have to go with my. I have to give it my impartiality, guys, and that's exactly what I did here. So, as you can see from the Chaos Dwarf side, these Chaos Dwarves, the biggest things about them, these guys with just about all of them with tackle and thick skull with the block ability. And honestly, that's what this team's all about, right? Chaos Dwarves, right? That's why they're called Chaos Dwarves. But moreover, they're going to have guard on their side, so it's going to be very difficult for the Dark Elf team to get any real hits in on the front line. And talking about getting some hits in, let's talk about Chaos Dwarves with Mighty Blow on the front line, as well as the piling on Claw ability in the front line, and Hobgoblins with that Dirty player as well. So these Chaos Dwarves are absolutely ready for the Dark Elf team. The only thing that the Dark Elf team could possibly go for here is maybe they'll be able to outrun them and play some dodgy elf football there. But they do have this Chaos Dwarf Bull Centaur in the backfield, and he's also ready. He's got dodge, he's got tackle, break tackle even, and that block skill. So you slip by and suddenly this... You're going to hear footsteps. You're going to hear the hoof steps, actually. And it's going to be that Bull Centaur right behind them, because he can move up to 9 spaces by himself with the sure feet sprint. And you can't really get away too easily. In fact, a lot faster than the entire Dark Elf team, pretty much, except for maybe the Witch Elf, who herself can move up to 9 as well. But that's still going to be matching the speed of the Bull Centaur, who has 4 strength. I think the only real thing that the Dark Elf can maybe hope for is the Witch Elf there with the Strip Ball and Wrestle Leap ability can maybe do something with it. But we're not done talking about the Chaos Dwarf. He does have the Kick Return and Sure Hands Blodge Hobgoblin there, so that's pretty much the main ball carrier. And he does have a Wrestle Hobgoblin there in the front line. And as you can see there, Dirty player, he's ready to get down and dirty, as well as having another Hobgoblin there without any skills. But you're darn right, he's going to come in there and take the place of his brethren, who does have that dirty player whenever he lays that boot in. Dark Elf team, though, he's not without his weapons. And again, as you see, Witch Elf with that strip ball, wrestle, leap ability with that frenzy. So pretty much a war dancer by herself, but I'm not really a big fan of having a Witch Elf / war dancer, but it does work out here today. +1 in agility blitzer there with the sidestep and the blodge ability, so he can get in the backfield and even throw it pretty far himself. And then +2 agility blitzer here in this backfield, so you can't count out the Dark Elf. If they are going to fall a little bit behind, then they can do some really nasty stuff with the ball. Dark Elves, though, do not have anybody to come in for the bench or from the bench. So that is going to be a big worry here, especially with the Dwarven team, with these Chaos Dwarves. The tackle, mighty blow, piling on, and even that claw ability. So even though the Dark Elf team does sport the armor value 8, who cares? We got claw even to help out. But just on that one Chaos Dwarf, but still. I really like how you're now starting to see some of the mutations there. As you see, Chaos Dwarves, they do have access to mutations with doubles, which is the nice thing about playing the Chaos Dwarves. And that is also another good reason to play Skaven team as well. They have the access to mutations with the doubles on the rolls. So that's pretty fun to have if you can have it. And now we are on the way. Looks like the Dark Elf team is going to be kicking it. And it appears that the kickoff is going to be a pitch invasion there. Oh, look at that. There is no security gate. It's just a magic dome. And there you go. As you can see, just about the entire right side of the Chaos Dwarf team falls. And that's really bad. And this is the only real ball carrier for the Chaos Dwarves. And as you can see there, let's pause it real quick though. The Dark Elves, they only have 2 guys down. And all of their front line is still up. Only 2 of the Chaos Dwarves are up here in the front line with the Bull Centaur and the 2 Hobgoblins. So the Chaos Dwarves really got just absolutely nuffled there right in the beginning. So really bad. That does open it up for the Dark Elf team to just flood the backfield now and do something here and pressure the ball carrier. He thankfully does pick it up, but he's only got dodge on his side. He's got wrestle, but that's not going to help keep that ball possession for long. So he's going to have to hit those Dark Elves away from the line. And I've said that, look at all the guard he's got. He's going to be able to dominate the line, but not when the pitch invasion happens. And with this, the Dark Elf team is absolutely given a huge invitation to get that blitz on and get the pressure here in the backfield. He's going to be just far enough away, I'm pretty sure, from any of the Dark Elf team, but it does give a lot of pressure to the Chaos Dwarves offense. And are they going to crumble? They could just lose it outright in the beginning. He will get that blitz here on this Hobgoblin, make some space, and he will be able to push him away and dodge away and get in the faces there. He's going to stand right in front of the other Hobgoblin there. Stop fumbling with that sure hands. And going to tie him up for the time being. Wants to force this Hobgoblin to keep that ball for as long as he can, because he is susceptible to that both down dice. Wrestle isn't going to save you if you're holding the ball. Dark Elves, seeing his opportunity, will get back there, and I wouldn't blame him if he did use the reroll there, but he does not. He's got enough guys back there, and he's only going to move 1 extra guy. You might as well just stay back there. So why use your reroll here? That would almost be kind of bad, but I wouldn't blame him there, because that does add even more pressure, and that will tie up this Bull Centaur. At this point, the Bull Centaur is going to be free to do what he likes, and the Dark Elf team is just gonna have to wait and see which way the Chaos Dwarves are gonna be moving with the ball. Gnokk might be able to knock him down. He will be able to now pick up all his guys from this pitch invasion, so he will be able to get his guys hopefully back and form a little bit of a better cage for his ball carrier. I already kind of see it coming up there. He will move forward with the Hobgoblin, and he's going to have to do one go for it roll, and he does. And he's going to be safely there in the center. Going to have a bribe there for the Chaos Dwarves, and the Dark Elf team is actually going to be sporting an extra Apothecary for the match. Just counting on loads of injuries there. And so far, so good. After the pitch invasion, doesn't need to worry about the Chaos Dwarves punching a whole bunch of Dark Elves in the front line. And I'll take that. That's kind of why some coaches go for that security gate over a Magic Dome, but doesn't want to get nuffled by the weather, I suppose. I'm not too afraid of the weather. I think I'm a little bit more afraid of the pitch invasion than the riot. Although there are times where you need the riot to come through for you, and if you're gonna get the security gate, you won't get that for yourself, which is kind of the bad thing. Kind of give take in a way. Dark Elves are going to move up. Now that the cage is formed up, he's going to go and get the 2-die block on the hapless ball carrier. But block is going to be the thing here for this Hobgoblin. He'll be able to save himself from getting hit. Dark Elves should be able to maybe get himself in there. But after this both down die, well, actually not the both down die, but he got the down die on him. And he's got the stand firm. So with the stand firm, he's not going to cede any space towards his own ball carrier, and with that, Dark Elves are going to miss that dodge and get into the KO. 3+ dodge, trying to get through. Was that a little bit of a misclick there on the right side? But no, I think he just wanted to get out of hitting range, and I don't blame him there. So wanting to get out of the hitting range, but unfortunately gets KO'd for his troubles, and that's too bad. And now the Chaos Dwarves have righted the ship. Not exactly this ball carrier that he wanted. And this Hobgoblin is susceptible to this Witch Elf with the leap and strip ball and wrestle. So you gotta really watch out for that. Got to watch out. If he doesn't, then this could go really badly. And honestly, the question about this is, when is the Dark Elf team going to jump in there with his Witch Elf? At this point, he's kind of trying to stay away as much as possible from the Witch Elf with that leap and the strip ball wrestle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's still in range though. Trying to get that Witch Elf down, but no big injuries. This does get her down though, but no big injuries yet. Armor value 7 holding up pretty good here for this Dark Elf team. And now I'm really regretting my pick because this is looking really good for the Dark Elves right now, because after 3 or 4 turns, no big injuries, but I might just eat it here because dirty player will induce a hit, and the referee is going to call that. Just going to be producing a stun, and there goes that bribe, and that's it. So we may see another hit, another foul by the Hobgoblin still, because he did get saved from the bribe, but still, will he actually do it? And +1 agility people moving in range. Right now, the Dark Elves are content to still just play Shadow Blood Bowl for now. Just keeping an eye on the cage at this time and not committing too much here. You don't want to throw away your pieces into the cage as of yet and cause too much pain for your guys. You don't want to throw your armor value 7 Witch Elf at a bad moment, nor do you want to just risk your +1, +2 agility guys as of yet. So still holding on. It's going to produce a death injury, so that will pretty much force the Apothecary use. And back-to-back 6 death injuries, and that is a big one. That's the stand firm Chaos Dwarf blocker, and he actually had lost agility before, but that's not going to be any cause for any firings. And what in the world is going on? More death injuries here. So the Apothecary is going to have to be used for her, and unfortunately here, that still does not work out. At least it doesn't cause a back-to-back injury, but it does lower the armor value to a 6, and oh, that's gonna be even the leap, strip ball, and wrestle Witch Elf even. So that, my friends, is really, really bad. Yeah, I know, agility 3 Witch Elf. And heck, even just the fact that he kept that Witch Elf with agility 3, I mean, that's kind of why he maybe didn't even keep the Witch Elf or leap in with the Witch Elf, because that would be a 4+ leap in there instead of a 3+ leap with agility 4. That's what I'm saying. The Dark Elves, even though they got some pretty good skills, it's just marred by something. He does have the +2 and +1 agility guys, but now he's gonna have to count on these guys. And honestly, as long as this Hobgoblin is still okay, then this might be okay. He needs to get the handoff to the real ball carrier right there, though, because he needs to get the block up. And now that the wrestle and strip ball witch elf is out of the question here, then at least he'll be able to get the +2 agility man in there, and he needs to defend against the YOLO cage dive. But at this point, Dark Elves are still holding off the Chaos Dwarves at this time and not too pressured to make the cage dives. Again, as I said, you don't want to dive the cage too hard as of yet. You really want to hold off until maybe the Chaos Dwarves have some sort of cage. Oh, there we go. He's gonna do it now. He's already in the mindset, and he wanted to jump through. 67% dodge, and that's the power of the 2 agility. Dark Elf, 1 die block, defender down die. That is tremendous. We'll be able to get him down, and the ball is gonna fly out. Scatter will be landing in a okay spot here for this Dark Elf. Luckily, he's still actually got another guy that can do a 2 die block, so it's gonna land in a good spot, but no follow-up. Won't be able to get another guy to pick that ball up, but still, ball is on the ground. Job has been done. Complete here. Dark Elves are looking pretty good now, and oh, man, this is the reason why I don't go against Dark Elves. They're too strong, man. They're OP. They're just OP. Nerf Dark Elves, guys. Nerf Dark. No, no, they're okay, but still, it's just Dark Elves. Why did I go against you, man? But Chaos Dwarves, they will be able to maybe right the ship here. Looking good. He will dodge away. He will get that. Try to pick up roll, but gets 1 and 9 there. But Chaos Dwarf blocker ends up with the rock, and that is okay. But he is sticking out there like a sore thumb after the loner pickup. He's got the 2 die block coming over the top after a little bitty dodge there. Oh yeah, he's gonna do it with the wrestle. So now a huge shot to get this. He's gonna re-roll that one for sure. Defender stumbles, and that's good enough. He's gonna be able to pop that ball out. Hope for a great scatter, and he gets it. A huge scatter there. So now, my friends, the Chaos Dwarves, they are in big trouble. Unlike that last game where it was pretty ho-hum throughout. And oh, a 2+ dodge, wanting to go to the tackle zone and not gonna be able to go there. It's just a 2+ dodge. It's as if there was no tackle zone there, but still, he misses it and unfortunately won't be able to get to the ball. Probably wanted to get that pickup and then maybe huck it to this guy for the 3+ catch into a touchdown maybe. Chaos Dwarves are just getting break after break, but will it be enough? Dark Elves needs to play tenaciously, and with those +1 in agility, men, they are enabling them to do so, but for how long? There we go. He's going to clear up the Dark Elves around that ball, and again, the Hobgoblin with that sure hands, he won't get 1 and 9 again. You only get 1 and 9 every 9 times, all right? Oh gosh, and there we go. He's going to try to dodge away, and he does get a dodge fail, but that was against a tackle blitzer. He will get away there. He will get the pickup roll. He's going to move back into the danger zone, but that is okay. He's going to move away the dirty player again, and we'll be able to try to cover up. 1 die block, and this is a safe block right there. Even if you got the skull, no big deal, but no skull there, and the Dark Elf still has a shot to getting through and be able to hit the Hobgoblin. He just needs to maybe get this guy down and then get the blitz off. There we go. 1 die block coming up. We'll get the defender down even, so that's even better. And here comes the 2 die block coming up. Here comes the 2 die block coming up. I do believe he's gonna have to tie up this guy. He doesn't have guard though, so he just needs to tie up this guy, get the 2 die block over. But he's got a +1 agility, man, so he might actually just go right there and make the blitz from right here. No, he does tie him up right there, so there you go. He's going to come over the top and make this blitz. 2-die block coming up on the Hobgoblin. Defender down die. But, oh, he actually hit the Chaos Dwarf blocker and not the ball carrier there. Wow, actually fooled myself, but this is going to be enough, I think, because turn 7 coming up, and the Chaos Dwarves are going to have to go potato. He's going to have to move his Hobgoblin here, hand it off, and then maybe give it to that guy to move down the pitch. But at this point, no, the Chaos Dwarves are saying, I care about the possession more, and I don't want you to make a touchdown yourself, Dark Elves. But, oh, skulls everywhere. He actually, what, he re-rolled a push. He re-rolled the pushes, and this is the old adage of Blood Bowl: never re-roll a safe roll. And that is the biggest reason why right there. As you can see, he didn't want the pushes. He wanted to get him down, and unfortunately got big time Nuffle with skulls. Ball is going to get popped out. Luckily for the Chaos Dwarves, it's still going to get marked up by a Bull Centaur, but again, Dark Elves with agility ups everywhere. It's still turn 7 for him, so he still got shot at making the touchdown. Misses the pickup roll, so he darn tootie he's going to get that back. 2+ on that pickup into a 2+ dodge. Luckily, he gets away. He's going to try to get the pass off. Yes, just any ones on the die roll, and that's bad, but he doesn't get any ones. Should be able to get another dodge away, so get another guy to put another screen up, and that's going to be good enough. One more guy right there. There we go. And the other last guy. Yeah, there we go. Put him right there. This is enough of a screen. The Chaos Dwarves are too slow, but just in case they are too fast, then we're going to make sure right there. And this should be it. The Chaos Dwarves, all they can do now is blitz through and touch the ball carrier, probably with the Bull Centaur with tackle. And oh no, he's gonna get the hit, piling on, and get the mighty blow. Another death injury there. Oh my, not death injury, but another injury there. And that's gonna be great. Even though the Dark Elves might score it here, at least make them pay with blood. So far, so good for this Chaos Dwarves in terms of armor value break, but the ball is looking like the Dark Elves should be able to score it after the blitz through coming up. He's going to have to blitz through with the Bull Centaur and touch him with the tackle Bull Centaur. I'll tell you that much. He has to do that. And that's what he's waiting on. At this point, he's just doing the 2-die blocks. But I feel like just do the 2-die blitz and then get in there so that you can be assured that your guy's going to be all right. So here we go. Here's the blitz through coming at you. And oh, he's actually going to dodge through. Oh, he's got the break tackle. And he will get through. So that was just a 2+, honestly. He will get the defender down. Ooh, he will get the injury. And that is tremendous. Big KO. Stoppering up the +2 in agility, man. And he will try to cover up the ball. Turn 8. Dark Elves are still going to have a shot now. But it's going to be a little bit more of a long shot than it was before to get the touchdown. Oh, man. Dark Elves gonna just get the blitz here on the Bull Centaur, pry him away. Just gonna get the 1-die. Doesn't want to make any more 2-die or doesn't want to make any more dodgeaways, I guess. And we'll get this man there. It's gonna dodge through, pick up the ball, everything. Get the go for rolls. Yes, he does. Dark Elf team. I'm regretting my decision. This is why I picked him right here. Oh my gosh, well, it's not over yet, but the Dark Elves are looking extremely good, scoring on the possession half of this Chaos Dwarf team. And with the second half coming up for the Dark Elves, they are not pressured whatsoever to make the touchdown. But the Dark Elf team did not have guys to come in from the bench, so he's got 2 big injuries and 2 KOs, and only one of them comes back here for the second half. So Dark Elves are going to have to operate down 3 people, and it's going to be 8 on 11. And honestly, the Chaos Dwarves should be able to score this with a fairly great ease. Death injury himself, Apothecary not working out, and boy, he's definitely seen the trenches there, because boy, he suffered a -1 agility, and now finally the heart gives away. Too much attacks on that man. Too much. switch over the other side to the Dark Elf side. Bribe didn't really work out for the Chaos Dwarf either. Probably wanted to get some more out of it. And really, I think the Chaos Dwarves probably should have fouled some more and just gotten the injuries out with his Hobgoblin with the dirty player. But still the second half to play. It's not over yet, guys. You still got plenty of time to get some fouls in, but I don't know if the Chaos Dwarves is thinking about it. He wants to have a full complement for the second half defense. Dark Elves being down 3. It should be okay. Dark Elves are going to put up a formation that really favors a quick touchdown. So he might actually be thinking about getting a quick touchdown, which I can't blame him there. Go up 2-0, and then Chaos Dwarves not very quick, unless you give it to the Bull Centaurs for the ball handling. Then at least he'll be able to maybe play some defense, hold them off for as long as possible, and then by the end of the game, he'll get the ball back after the Chaos Dwarf score himself, and then it won't be enough time for him to do enough to win it or tie it up again 2-2. So that's exactly what the Dark Elf's plan is at this point, is to just maybe get a quick touchdown right here, right now. I've actually thought about this myself. Just make the quick touchdown, especially when you scored on your opponent's half like that. You're going to spend a couple of turns here to get this touchdown. You're not going to do a one-move touchdown. You're just going to go and make sure that you spend some time at least. But looks like you look at the handoff here. After the little bit of pass, no one's there, and so he's going to be able to make his way over there. He's tying up the Hobgoblin. Bull Centaur does have a free hand, so he's going to have to put the loner on the Bull Centaur after the dodge. There you go. And now only this Hobgoblin can get there. Oh boy. So now, well, at least it's going to be a wrestle Hobgoblin. So this is putting a lot of faith in your Hobgoblin. One die block, blitz coming up. I can't see any other way he can do it. 2 die blocks. I don't see a 2 die block anywhere. So he's going to have to do a 1 die block. But this is the thing, though. You need to make sure that you move your guys first and then do the 1 die block. A lot of us would just be itching to go, right? But you need to play solid football. Get your guys into position first and then do it. Do the high percentage blocks first and then go. But the both down die. Look at that. He will dodge away, and look at that. He really is going to get 2 die block. Okay, yeah, the Bull Centaur was able to make some space. So 2 die block coming up. Defender down. Sidestep. He's going to keep the ball in bounds. And it's going to scatter in a okay spot. I'm a little bit surprised at that. Probably should have maybe let it go out of bounds so that it gets thrown back somewhere. And the Dark Elf team may have been able to recover that. But now the ball is in a spot in which is a little bit more troublesome, but it looks like he doesn't care. +1 in agility says, I want to pick this ball up and hook it to the guy in the end zone. Uh-oh. So we're going to see some Elf BS, guys, after the blitz. And here we go. Just going to get the 1 die block and gets the defender down. All kind of luck is on his side. Luck be a lady. And she is definitely being a lady at this point. Here comes the jump up. It's just going to be 2+ dodges because he's got +1 in agility. And 2+ dodges even more. He's got, oh my gosh, he is got the happy feet. And speaking of happy, he will be able to get that nice little touchdown pass. Oh man, goes up 2-0. Chaos Dwarfs now have plenty of time now to score it. But the Chaos Dwarfs themselves have to score it as soon as possible, because they cannot just go and march up the pitch methodically. They are down 2-0, so they're gonna have to score it within, I'd say, maybe 3 or 4 turns, and then he needs to get the ball back at the 14th or 15th turn. He's gonna have to score it on the Elves, the Dark Elves' possession. So he will have lots of time, but he needs to at least give himself 2 or 3 turns, because if he only gives himself 1 turn left, the Dark Elves will just field the ball and then march to the backfield, and now the Chaos Dwarfs can't catch him, right? So he needs at least 2 turns, but at the best 3 turns. So he needs to score it at around, at the latest, the 13th round. At the latest. So that's what the Chaos Dwarf team has to do. Score it as quick as he can. Give the ball back to the Dark Elf team and make him pay on his possession. Here comes the kick, and oh, just a blitz on the defense, and that's terrible for this Chaos Dwarf because now the Dark Elves are able to reposition his guys and even get 1 blitz off in the front line. He's going to go and hit the guy in the center, open things up, and maybe be able to pressure the ball carrier. I don't think he has enough movement allowance for all that, but he's going to be able to maybe get in range, get the dodge off. Failed the dodge, but that's okay with the dodge reroll inherent. Ball is going to land in a good spot though for the Chaos Dwarf, so this might not be enough right there. Honestly, in my opinion, the Chaos Dwarves, they do need to score pretty quickly, so I would probably have just gone and blitzed the Hobgoblin. Failed catch, but that's okay. He's got the sure hand, so he's going to be alright. And the Chaos Dwarves are going to start the punching now. Let's go ahead and switch sides to the Chaos Dwarves. And as you can see, he should be able to get through the thin line of the Dark Elves. Not enough guys here on the pitch for the Dark Elf team. Chaos Dwarf is absolutely making a little bit of a mincemeat sandwich out of the Dark Elf team. Talking about injuries there and armor value breaks. He gets that one. Pencil 3.0 stunned. Here comes the hit. Hobgoblin's gonna be loose. I don't know if he wants to go potato here. I don't know. He's just gonna get that hit here. Hobgoblin's probably gonna get the hit himself. Does a little bit of a ball security before anything. And we'll get the defender down die with the guy with no skills whatsoever. Pick this up there. Success on that pickup. He's gonna move up and should be able to get a neat little cage going up for him. That is the nice thing here. He doesn't have to worry about the +2 in agility man jumping in there anymore. He's still KO'd. So after all this time, the KO is working out extremely well for the Chaos Dwarf. Big injury on the Witch Elf with the strip ball wrestle. And then the KO personnel, the +2 agility, still hasn't come back. So again, Chaos Dwarves, the injuries are going well. It's just on the pitch itself. The Dark Elves has just been living a little bit of a charmed life at this point. Just a little bit, Dark Elves now. He needs to score very quickly. So, like I said, at the latest, at the turn 13. So he's still got a little bit of time. But the faster you can march up the pitch and score it, the better. And honestly, I would almost venture to say, just give it to the Bull Centaur and hope for the best. This Bull Centaur right there. Just let him score it. He'll make it down there in 2. Looks like it's turn 11 though, so he needs to get some space going, and nice hit here. We'll get that stun. Left side is absolutely wide open, piling on to boot just to get that hit in even extra, but man, armor value 6 holding up. I'll tell you what, look at that. 7+ to break armor, doesn't get any of that stuff. Oh man. Needed a 7+. Doesn't get any of that. Well, he did get it. He just got the stun after the injury. And because of that stun, the Hobgoblin will take up residence at the 11th round. As I said, turn 12, he's going to be right here. And then he's going to score it on turn 13. So, right on schedule. Chaos Dwarves, we hear you, BG. Scored by turn 13. I gotcha. Hey, thanks a lot, Gnokk. Cheers. Cheers, buddy. Here comes the foul there. Dirty player. He's looking around. I love how the Hobgoblin looks around before he does it. I love that. And he will get the armor value break, but just a stun. But that's going to be good enough. That was the guard dodge, man, I guess. So won't be able to get some helps in on any of these hits coming up. He's going to have to try to hit one of these guys. There we go. He's actually going to be gearing up for a cage dive, maybe. No, he's just going to go and tie him up. Okay. No cage dives here, guys. That's the nice thing about taking up residence right there. Look, that guy was in the way right here, so he couldn't go through here. This guy was in this guy's way right here, so he's okay as well. So he couldn't go through here, he couldn't go through here, and for sure he couldn't come around this side here for the blitz. So pretty good stuff. He had some key guys around him that was down, and no blitz was possible. No cage dives here. Hobgoblin's gonna move up. He's gonna look like he's just gonna try to just put up a screen there, but I think he forgets there's a +1 in agility. Dark Elf right there, and with each turn passing, Dark Elves are just a few more turns away from getting the W. This is a screen coming up, but really what he needs to do is put guards here. He needs to put guard guy there, and then he needed to put the guard guy there. So this Hobgoblin really doesn't even stop anything, honestly. He's gonna have to blitz the +1 agility, man. Yeah, he does. 2-die block, and luckily he does have tackle, so he will get him down. Oh, and with the armor value break, no cage dives for you. Just gonna be a stun, but that is the last guy on the roster that can actually do anything to him. Dark Elves are gonna have to go through something awful to maybe get around. He gets here. Lineman, he just wants to touch the ball carrier. Gets the Hobgoblin down, the defender down. Just gonna get the touch, just gonna get the feel. And the Hobgoblin, after the blitz here though, he's gonna be fine. And the Chaos Dwarves, again, they're gonna score it just in the nick of time on turn 13. Dark Elves are in a little bit, they're a little bit more susceptible now, just a little bit. Chaos Dwarves, did they go fishing or did they get the score? I think if anything you do a 3-die block and then you go for the score. That's what you do. But it appears he's content with a 2-die block and not afraid of anything. Will be able to get that hit on and will produce a armor value break. Just a stun. Here comes the KO though. Does he want more though? Does he want more? Looks like no. And the apothecary is going to be used. He had a wandering apothecary, so he had the extra apothecary already, and he will use it on the KO. But he did use the apothecary on a guy with no skills, and now the guy with skills is going to get KO'd. So, wrong guy. Oh no, Chaos Dwarves. They have the advantage. But hey, my pick is looking good, right? Hey, go Chaos Dwarves, my pick. It's all about my pick, guys. I just hate being wrong. Don't want to be wrong. There goes Hobgoblin, walks it in there, and gets the touchdown. 2-1 now. Chaos Dwarves needs to play extremely aggressive now, and that does mean lots more fun for us to watch. Chaos Dwarves are gonna have to crash the ball carrier in the backfield. Hopefully he doesn't end up kicking it out of bounds. There's the +2 in agility, man, coming back in. Oh, man, just in the nick of time. And he does have the other +1 agility man right there as well. But Bull Centaurs, +1, not +1, but he's got the tackle. He's got lots of movement allowed, so he can catch up to him. Better watch out. Ready or not, here I come. 3, 6, 8 guys still on the pitch for the Dark Elf team. And look at that, the KO still continues to stay out. So the Dark Elves are in for it if he's not able to continue to keep the ball. And this is the nice thing about playing a Chaos Dwarf team. With these Bull Centaurs, it really shores up their movement allowance of their cousin Dwarf team, right? They have these Hobgoblins with the 6 movement allowance as well. Sure, they don't start with any skills, and they have armor value 7, but it's just at least they kind of shore up the movement allowance deficiency that's so prevalent with the Dark Elf teams. Not Dark Elf, for the Dwarf teams there. And with this, the Chaos Dwarves has a chance now at getting to the backfield. He's really maneuvering his guys there. Doesn't want to give up too much. And here we go. Ah, thank you. Thank you for the follow. Really appreciate that. And now the Chaos Dwarves are going to be setting up, really moving around his guys. really thinking hard about what to do. Dark Elves are thinking, all I need to do is hold it for 3 turns. And really, you gotta think to yourself, do I want to play aggressive? Like, at this point, the Dark Elves has options. Do they want to go aggressive and just maybe go for a 2-turn touchdown and put himself out there? Or does he want to just play it safe and just play keep away? I think honestly the latter option is better, is to just play keep away, right? You don't want to risk too much and put your guy out and get blitzed and lose the ball way in the backfield. And sure, the Chaos Dwarves are they're not as fast as I say, and the Bull Centaurs with the 2 agility, they're not extremely great ball carriers or anything to do with the ball, but it isn't too bad. So we'll see. Dark Elves, though, looks like they're going to be preserving the ball, and that's exactly what their play is. They're just going to go move to the back here and just put some screens up and hold the ball for 3 turns. And this, I tell you what, this is quite possibly the most scariest thing to do right here. Gets the blitz off right there, but just going to get a push. Move him away. He's going to go tie up the Bull Centaur. Look at that. But I don't know if this is going to be enough. I don't know. I guess it might be, but really, if you're going to tie up somebody, tie up this man there. This is the Bull Centaur he really has to watch out for. But he's going to move us to the back left to stay away from the Bull Centaur. But the nice thing about the Blood Bowl field is that it's in... These diagonals are still just a 1 movement allowance move, right? So he's not too much more farther than the other guy right there, honestly. Here we go. Chaos Dwarf's going to run down. And all you really need to do is get to that ball. And really, the Dark Elves, they're holding it on his side of the field. So if the Chaos Dwarfs manages to get the ball back, then the touchdown zone is right there. So this is the danger of holding the ball instead of maybe moving the ball up instead, because the ball is going to be precariously hanging by your side of the touchdown. There's the blitz, and he will be able to blitz on through. That's kind of what I'm saying. That kind of didn't do anything earlier with putting that Dark Elf there. That just really put him in the way because he would have just blitzed through right there. And honestly, like I said, this is the Bull Centaur you kind of have to watch out for. Here we go. Where's he going to go? He's just going to go smack down the middle there. Yeah, go touch the Dark Elf team. Yuri, you're in trouble, buddy. Here he comes. Turn 15, and the Dark Elves, all he can do is just hope and pray like crazy he can hold off the onslaught. And as you can see, take away the skills. How do you like to be holding the ball in this situation in real time? All these guys coming at you down the field. Give us the ball. And the Dark Elf team needs to put a screen, and then he needs to put another screen up. And then after that, I think the best thing to do, is to put your guy in the corner so that once the Chaos Dwarves do get to you, then the ball is going to get thrown back inbounds and may not be in a good spot for you. You might actually get lucky and somehow, some way, it gets thrown out of bounds, gets thrown out of bounds yet again, gets thrown out of bounds yet again, and somehow it ends up to the midfield, or even better yet, on the other side of the pitch. Dark Elves is getting a fly down the pitch, and this is going to be a good way to stretch. But honestly, that will give the Chaos Dwarves something to do, because they're not really in any position to blitz the ball carrier. The Hobgoblins and the Bull Centaurs are definitely going to be in range, but not necessarily all of these Chaos Dwarves. So he will just use these Chaos Dwarves as a bit of a screen himself, so that the Dark Elves won't be able to advance too easily up the pitch and maybe huck it down for a miracle punt or something like that. And that's another thing that the Dark Elf team can do. Maybe the Chaos Dwarves are going to get close enough, he can just punt it away to the corner of the pitch here as well. And then after that, make sure that the Hobgoblins are going to have to go a really long way, and then throw it a really long way as well. Bull Centaur, there we go. He's going to get that blitz off. Just going to be a push. Not content with that. The greed rolls, but that is a good one. He will be able to go and touch more ball carriers. No, he's not going to do that. He doesn't get surfed out, that's why. So he's just going to stand right there. Dodge there. Misses the dodge, but no problem. 1 and 9 comes through. Hobgoblins coming around. Bull Centaurs. One more turn left to play. Chaos Dwarves. They need to get there, and as I said, that's why you need to score it by turn 13. You need at least 3 rounds to get there. Dark Elves are gonna get the failed dodge, so they're gonna use the reroll, and he's gonna get that blitz off. Both down dive, doesn't produce anything, and uh-oh time. Uh-oh time. Dark Elves, all he can do is watch and be scared. He's trying to get Dark Elves back here. He's gonna do all kinds of crazy dodge rolls. He gets back there, whole bunch of great, beautiful rolls. But I think this is gonna be the opening that he needs right here. Just hit him down with the Bull Centaur and then get the blitz off. Yes, it is Bull Centaur with the defender down die. That's beautiful. He's gonna follow through. He should be able to open up a spot, get that hit in. Ball's gonna come out. But which way? It looks like it's going to be a 1-die block. But at this point, we'll take the 1-die block. He's got to re-roll. 50% chance to get him down. No, it's going to be a guy without the tackle. He's going to have to do it with the wrestle ability. No, he's going to get the Bull Centaur. Yes, the Bull Centaur. This will get a 2-die block here. And a defender down die is what he needs. And not going to get it there. He gets it there. 30% chance. He gets it. Sidestep. He's going to stay in bounds. Keep the ball scatter in the bounds. And maybe get in the Dark Elf hands. But unfortunately, oh no, disaster! Disaster! The ball! The Bull Centaur! Oh! The Bull Centaur! He's moved! And that's it! Game over! He somehow catches it on the scatter. And that's it. A 6 and a 6 only. And he got knuffled the other way. Chaos Dwarfs lose. Had a shot there at the end, but Bull Centaur was like, I got the ball. You wanted the ball, right, coach? Oh, yes, I did. Thank you. Oh, statistics though. Armor value breaks going wonderfully, and Chaos Dwarfs probably should have won that game. But disaster, heartbreaker, I'll tell you, you got that right. 48 blocks succeeded, 3 KOs, and an injury. I mean, if you look at the stats alone, you go, hey, Dark Elves lost, eh? No, they didn't. In fact, they were up 2-0 at one point. Oh, and that, my friends, is that. And as you can see here from the brackets, I am wrong again. So I am 2 for 2 now on my predictions in these brackets. I'm terrible. And so is POTUS, I believe. POTUS, man, why are you voting on these guys? Voting wrong. Osculefos does steal one away, and he's going to move on. And he will face up against the winner between either the Norse team or either the Dwarven team of Band Bus Replacement Service. And neither of these guys you don't really want to see for the Dark Elf team. Not really a great matchup on either side, but he took down a Chaos Dwarf, so if he does meet a Dwarf team, then at least they'll be a lot slower. Don't need to worry about Bull Centaurs. But that is a huge, huge one there. Took down a Chaos Dwarf team that more than likely should have went on, and that is it. Thanks for joining me, guys. Blood Bowl action all night long. We're gonna have more Blood Bowl tomorrow. We're gonna see the Norse team take on the Dwarf team, actually, so Osculefos don't have to wait too long to see who he's gonna play against. So we are gonna see that tomorrow night. I'll have that out to you guys. More to come. All of the Season 4 Cabal Vision Champions Cup playoffs right here on my channel, Twitch. I will be porting over some of the better, hard-fought fights throughout the tournament on my YouTube channel. You can definitely hit that follow button and subscribe along as well on my YouTube channel. And like my videos. Guys, POTUS, I'll tell you, thank you for hanging out tonight. I know you guys can't really get into the word edgewise because I'm just shoutcasting it like a madman, but what a big one there. What a big one. Thanks again for joining me. I'll see you guys tomorrow night. More Blood Bowl. And I will see you there.